Hey guys, it is Kyle or Vulcan Wolverine. It's Thursday at 3 in the morning. I think it is the 24th or let's see, must be the 25th. Maybe it's the 25th. I don't know, guys. It's Thursday. It's either the 24th or the 25th of August. I just wanted to make a video outside of my condo. I have a comment that wants me to go through all the things that I use to defend, and I'm going to do that, definitely inside the condo, either tonight or tomorrow. I do just want to kind of give an update. The reason why I'm not making this video inside of my condo right now, is because they have people above me. That's 1,000,000%. I'm not sure. It's either... Sorry, that's my seatbelt thing. It's either a guy and a girl, like a couple, or it's two guys. And they're viciously I slept for like 15 hours today. I stayed up all last night, like during the night, and then I had to fix a tire on my car. And then I fell asleep when I got home, and they went to town on my body and my mind. The remote neural monitoring, that's what I call it, the active synthetic telepathy, the artificial machine brain interface, whatever you want to call it. I call it remote neural monitoring because it's software directed by human beings, to what I know. It's very vicious. It's stuff that I will tell the truth in my life about everything that has occurred, who I am, but I will not talk about what they are doing over that remote neural monitoring. If everybody knew about this and knew what they were doing with the remote neural monitoring, I would go ahead and tell you exactly what they're doing over it. But because there are non-TIs out there who will never believe us until it's like put in their face, I will not say how horrific that it has gotten, but it is horrific. The phrasing and the imaging that they're pushing in with microwaves is horrific and satanic. And it is hard to bear, because, I've always been a good person, and I've always been, spiritual, if not very religious. I am religious now, though. My faith has grown during this because I understand. It's like there are people above me right now, above my mom's condo. My parents would never believe me about it, but nonetheless, they're there with very, very powerful microwave weapons, adding into this guy who, I'm driving past the neighborhood where he lives. He's adding into it, using remote neural monitoring, adding in his remote directed energy. So it's like they've got people in different places adding to this microwave energy. It's so horrible, the imagery for the remote neural monitoring, and then they play around with your emotions with the microwaves. This is horrific, and so I didn't want to make the video inside the condo because I know that there are people above me. I know that they're either surveilling me remotely, or they'll get the information from the remote attackers of what I'm saying and talking about. I keep going and knocking up there. They'll never answer, because it seems like these people, when they're murdering you and hurting you, and I saw this guy when I was going out. It's a tow truck, because my tires went out, and this is a tow truck that I saw on the way out, and I'm seeing him on the way in. I saw him up here at this crossing up here, because I have another tire on the right front side that is wearing down, and my engine doesn't sound real great, so I'm not sure how much they're screwing around with my car. I'm pretty sure that the spare going out, had something to do with them, sabotaging things, because there's so much money involved. The problem is that when they target you, it begins as a very small thing. They don't have that many resources, but because they're unaccountable, nobody believes you, everybody's making money off of it. You go through this for a lot of years, and a lot of money starts to be made off of it. You start seeing military vehicles flying over you. The other day, I was borrowing my mom's car. I was in my mom's car, and I went to go pick up some food because she allowed me to use the car for a little while because my car didn't work. And they flew a helicopter, a police helicopter, right over the car in a parking lot. So it's extensive torture. I've got to trust in God right now, and I think we all do. I'll be trying to still, kick out as many videos as I can, but it is terrifying what they're doing. And on the V2K, the guy is just my main organizer. He's just like, God, I gotta do it. This guy, he's not a good guy. He's not a good guy. And then he'll do this like awful remote neural monitoring. And then, while I'm sleeping, go ahead and microwave my body and then say how not good I am. And that's just par for the course. I do want to, I want to speak on these videos to non-TIs too. We really need y'all's help. This really hurts us very badly. And then we're kind of expected to give people, clear-cut evidence. And there's no investigations going on. It's protected at the highest places. Like there's a Senate Bioethics Committee that went on in 2013, I think, where they basically, knew about it. They knew this was going on, and they were sent in to not do an investigation because there's so much money involved in this. It's human experimentation. The deal that I think, guys, I don't see how, because this guy's doing such horrible things to me. Like, he's shooting directed energy at me, in my jaw, at my face, at my head, while I sleep, while they do all this terrible remote neural monitoring. The problem that I see, y'all, is that if it were an experiment, they would have to be recording all of this data, like the data of what they're doing. And if they had that, that's evidence of what they're doing. So I don't think that this has anything, like my situation. Maybe there are a couple of situations. I don't see how they would be recording this for any kind of learning, data, or experimentation, because that's evidence of the horrific crimes that they're doing. So y'all go ahead and comment on that. Even if it was put into a secretive database, like with the NSA or DHS, a lot of good agents might be able to see it or find it, and they would see these horrific crimes. So I see even more of a problem with this, that it cannot be experimentation, because if they were collecting the data of what they're doing, they would have so much evidence of atrocities that they're committing. I think it is the DOD with private corporations, contracting to third parties, like, private investigators. I think this guy who, the evil thing here is this guy's ex-military who's doing it to me. I think right now he is basically a third-party mercenary doing this to me with the directed energy weapons, yet with the other hand, he is in contact with DHS, telling them lies about me being dangerous or whatever he needs to, making money from them, an almost legitimate source. Department of Homeland Security is legitimate in that it wants to find terrorists, but now they've got it mixed up with a directed energy weapon program, and I don't know how much they know. But the deal is, I think this guy is collecting money from DHS by lying to them and saying, hey, I'm surveilling this guy, he's dangerous, we're getting the DHS fusion centers working on him. With the other hand, he's collecting money as a third-party mercenary, murdering me and hurting my family. So I think this is it's double corrupt. This thing, well, it's infinite corruption. It's infinite corruption that has no limit to its corruption. I want to look at my situation. Like, I know that we have a lot of kind of different variations on targeting with this directed energy, these directed energy weapons kind of being similarly used on people. But my guy, I like to look at this situation because he has a lot of connections. He's a Mason. He's ex-military. He has worked this thing and made me look like the bad guy in a false flag of just astounding proportions where I just can't believe it. They're microwaving horrific images into my head, and I don't know who they can show this to. I don't know how corrupt this is and who they can show this to. But the level of false flagging here is major. And he amps up the people around him, and they're all like, yeah, this guy, he's not a good guy. And, this not a good guy thing started about maybe 6 months ago or something like that, because it's a tactic that they're using to break me down psychologically. It's psyops. I want to. There's a car here. I'll go ahead. I'll film it on another film, but there's a SUV here that the whole time did not have one light on, but the license plate says PSY 885. So Psy 885, and he's a Mason and a Shriner. And the whole time I'll watch him. He'll patrol. He'll come out when I'm out here, and I'll see him talking to other people that seem to come out at the same times to me. I think he may be a handler at this condo, handling people on a physical level to harass and patrol me. Now, for the first, I don't know how long I've been here, maybe 3 months. He never had one light on. When they started hurting me more, and the cycle of pain and the cycle of psychological torture started to become more and more, he started driving in here with one light. Then me and my dad were changing the tire, and he came out and drove his car out. So these people, I watch them, and it coordinates. It runs parallel. The more that they think they are hurting me, and sometimes they think they're hurting me and they really are hurting me very bad, that matches up with the activity, of these stalkers, of these either handlers or people patrolling. It directly parallels that. This is done, I'm pretty sure this is done because if I say, look, I'm hurting more, they're hurting me more and torturing me more, I'm seeing people stalking me more because of this. That discredits me. It makes me look like, it's a mental illness and I'm hurting more, so that I'm like hallucinating, or my paranoia has inflamed or something like that. Now, the question that I have is, how does this work? Do these people know that I'm being hurt and they're patrolling me more, or does the main organizer somehow talk to his handler above him and say, look, we're hurting this guy more, you got to get out lies? Then somebody with DHS Fusion Centers puts out some completely different thing, that I may be on the verge of doing something bad, and then these people patrol me more. I'm not sure how the lie works. I'm not sure if it's a straightforward, they know I'm being hurt, so they patrol me more. We call it harass, or just satanic harassment. They call it patrolling a person of interest. I'm not sure how this lie would work. We can't see what we're being accused of. We can't know how many people are attacking us with how many remote stations. Exactly who's doing what, because it's meant to make us look insane while murdering us and torturing us. So it's hard to know the tactics on the other side. But I do know, without knowing the tactics on the other side, I do know that the way that they are hurting me, hurting my body, it does correspond with more gang stalking. And I guess that's an obvious point to target individuals. I make these obvious points that it's like, yeah, of course, they hurt you more, they stalk you more. But to non-target individuals, I want to make this as clear as possible how insanely deceitful and how insanely dangerous this program is. Y'all know the point I'm at, and I'm not